On a Thirsty Thursday, I am the hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual psychoanalyst and healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium. I'm gonna take a drink of this water. What is it? Holy water? That was, I think it's Libra. Maybe it was Virgo. I don't know. It's moon water. It's got some superpowers in it. Just a little bit. We don't need too much of that. Healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American Sybil. I am your messenger god, first child of God, the Lilith reincarnated, here on another one. In order to keep up with me, you had to see my last live video, what I posted on my community page, and the short I just uploaded of Mr. Bruce Lee and the discipline that it takes to be authentic. Authentic. What a word. A word that everybody wants to be, but nobody wants to do. Anyways, so I had posted on my community page after my video that I had made a decision, and I had come down and I kind of talked to Diana about that, which in essence is I already made my Friday Tower decision, and I'm not fucking around. What do you mean you're not fucking around? I'm not fucking around, bro. I learned some really hard lessons in the last 3 months. What? Trying to be part of the Matrix, dude. I did it again. Oops, I did it again. I don't know how to say no. At first I was chasing it, and then they started offering it to me, and I still couldn't say no. I realized that 90% of my fucking stresses and worries are trying to fit in. Right? Trying to be what I want me to be, instead of just worrying about what God wants me to be. And I had said that in my earlier video. It's like, I need to just work on this. This is my career. This is what I do. I don't need a part-time job to keep this going. I don't need to make my life better. God has already promised and ordained that that would happen. I just need to do what he says when he says to do it, and not just, keep doing shit just because I feel like obligated to do some shit. I fell for it a couple times now. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so first off, that job came looking for me. And it looked perfect on the outfit side, and I knew right away this was some bullshit. And I should have walked away right when I knew. But I tried to stick out the bullshit. I gotta be perfectly honest and transparent with everyone. If I wouldn't have gotten the interview for the second job, I probably wouldn't have had the willpower to give up the first job. And that's just old mind patterning, that I need this in my life. I don't need these things. When I first started my awakening, God asked me to surrender and make a public statement that I retired. I'm going a full priesthood, and God's going to take care of me. Now, naturally, they saw me run out of everything, and they didn't see God taking such great care of me, but they didn't understand what that care meant. He meets my needs. He doesn't take, he does me better than Jesus, I should say, and that's all I ask. But in the essence, I have everything I need all the time. A couple months ago, I had told him, all I need, God, I can keep doing this. I just need some financial security while I continue to do this. So then he gave me the idea to get on welfare. He gave me exactly what I needed to keep going, but somehow that wasn't enough. And it was more than I ever had before, but it wasn't enough. I kept wanting to do more. I didn't need more. I just kept thinking I needed to do more, to get more, but I didn't even know what I was trying to get more of. And that's old programming and patterning. So I said in my community page, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not going to take on another job. And even Morgan said it. She said 36 hours a week, that's a lot for you. I don't want to pretend that I don't have special needs, but I also don't want to pretend like I don't have a purpose here, and that my purpose is more important than any fucking job out there. And that when I do my purpose, I'm completely at peace, no matter what it is. What stresses me out is having to pull out of this and put on a happy face out there for you guys. Right? It's when I have to pull out of my purpose and be one of you that it makes it difficult for me. But as long as I sit here doing what I'm supposed to be doing, then this is perfect for me. Now I want to point out a couple things. Morgan has nothing more than a welfare check. And she just got the most unbelievable upgrade. And she can afford to live off of that. She can have a nice house off a welfare check. Her and her child can have a nice life if they keep it minimal. That's all a person should ever ask for. Her needing more, if she was to go out and get a job, she's got to look for a babysitter. She's going to miss growing, raising her child. She's going to miss a lot of things just to meet extra needs that her young child doesn't have yet. All she needs to make sure she has is food in that fucking house, diapers on that baby, and that there's electricity and water running. Do you know what I mean? That's really all it is. And she is in a place where she can provide that. And yet, I have to dumb myself down and put myself back into reality that if it's good enough for them, it's good enough for me. But I'm like, no, I've got to do better. Now, another thing that was stressing me out was, the shelter is being sold or, let go of by Salvation Army. So we have a lot of unknowns. What's the future hold for our shelter? Are they going to shut the doors? When Salvation Army leaves, will that mean that we lose everything else that comes with Salvation Army, which is our move-in budget, the meals they provide, all the resources they do provide around here? Does that all diminish? What about the people that work with us? Our caseworkers and, security and all these people. Nobody knows shit. All we know is that it all changes December 31st. Right? So I had seen today, I read a news report that actually on Monday, the council had gotten together and met. They were doing another meeting today to decide some more stuff. But they had already awarded this particular shelter, they had already decided for 2026 that they were going to put in I think it was literally 71. Was it 71? Yeah, $71 million into this for the year of 2026. So that relieved a lot of my worries. Then I went back as I was walking and I remembered what God said. He made me a promise that I wouldn't go anywhere and for this school year. And instead I started looking for ways out or losing the promise, bro. Getting sidetracked and being distracted by everybody else's lives and what they were doing in their lives. Not worrying about, still doing what I'm supposed to do, but also getting distracted by everybody else's movements. And almost envious as if I was ready to move too. And then I faced it and I was like, I'm fucking seriously not mentally ready to take on all that responsibility. And especially not alone again. But I was still, patterning. How long is it going to take me to fully, it's been I kept doing this everywhere he would take me. I already did it here a couple of times, and then I took a break, and then as soon as my car got a little fixed, I started doing it again. You could say something like control, but I don't think that's what it is. I'm not trying to have control. I think it's a different part of where I'm trying to be part of. Find a part that I can fit in of. Trying to find, I guess, maybe again, it's also the pride. Having something to call my own, something to say that I can do, prove to somebody that I'm capable of having a job. I don't know who I need to prove that to. As I say that, I have the resume and I have, I have the tax forms for all these years to prove that I've had many fucking jobs. I guess I just need to prove to myself and to the world that God can do this. He's shown all the way through here that he can. I never needed to get a job to get here. And not having a job isn't what made me homeless. Do you know what I mean? And I know that's literally impossible to believe that he can do such wonders in a person's life. But I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you that you can trust him to be God. And that he will show you a way. And again, you might never be rich, but you will be taken care of. Your family will be taken care of. And, modesty is the best policy. We don't need to be over the top successful. Success is, abundance is really measured by the amount of happiness everybody is experiencing. And no amount of material crap is going to bring happiness. not true happiness. It all fades in time. So anyways, that was my tower. I know it was, because we're always asked on Friday to let go of something. And I couldn't believe you, Wolfman, to come behind me with that fucking video. Do you see? The devil's tempting me. The first card he pulls is the devil. Son of a bitch. In the essence, you could be dealing with a scorpion. No, I'm not. I have to put my foot down, bro. We have to stop this, dude. We have to stop it. And not because you say he wants me more. It's because, no. That's it. It's just a chase. It's a stupid chase. It's a stupid chase, dude. It's fucking Tom and Jerry, bro. It's stupid. I'm over here like this stupid cat. He thinks he's a cool cat. And that's it. It's like I already made my decisions for tomorrow. I already faced my towers today. I already let go of the things that are no longer serving me. And with that, you know, I did what I said I wanted to do real badly, was I just wanted to get out and take this nature walk and see what was out there. And when I got out there, I found this amazing nature walk, but then I also found like this athletic fucking shit. I don't know what it was. Some outdoor fucking gym. My daughter's like, are you really going to work out outside? I was like, where else would I ever work out? Of course I'm going to work out here. Definitely, this is going to be my new place. And, you know, I tried everything out and I just scouted and I had a good time. And I was like, you know, I have better things to do with my life than trying to live other people's lives. I really do. It's not that I'm giving up on me. It's that I'm working harder on me than I ever did before. And until I do that, bro, jobs and people and everything is just going to fucking irritate me. You could say it's unhealthy, but you can also see that I get out there and I'm just dealing with idiotic fucking people, stupid organizations, fucking bad management, fucking retarded ass, excuse me, that's not nice. I'm not supposed to use a word like that. But just, you know what I mean? Low life motherfuckers, bro. Take away the triggering part of my PTSD and just put the psychic abilities. I can't be around just losers, bro. I'm taking in too much energy. Like, it's just not really. I'm created differently. I have special needs. And I don't know if any adult has ever had to say that without a diagnosis, but I'm telling you, I have special needs. And I looked at Diana. It's like, do you think this could give me a disability check? Then people would just leave me alone if I just walked around saying I was disabled. Maybe they'd leave me alone, quit putting such high expectations on me, quit expecting me to overproduce if the government just said I was disabled. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, that's how you think I am. You think I'm crazy. You think I'm incapable. You think I'm all these things. It's like, well, just call me disabled and give me a check then. If that's what you think that I'm that incapable, that I'm that, you know what I mean, fucked off. In essence, somewhat. In the essence, I can't dumb myself down to deal with these associations anymore. I could work any job. I was a trained monkey. I could do it and climb to the management ladder. Climb this whole fucking tree of bullshit. Now, I don't even want the fruit that's on it, bro. I don't even want the fucking no part of it. I don't even want to shake the tree, bro. Really? Kind of. Why was I looking for a job? And why didn't I say no to jobs that I wasn't fucking, that I didn't, I mean, first off, as they said, it was front desk. But I should have known better when I started watching all that healthcare shit. I got a lot out of it, which is just understanding. But in the essence, it's like the understanding and the wisdom is what the real fruit of the tree is. Whatever, you know what I mean? The money, yeah, I needed that too. That's cool. But, like, that's not what it is the experience, those notes. What I learned is more important than what I got out of that company. I got more out of that company than what I gave them, which was just some learning about some fields I didn't know. But I quickly realized this is not a field that I want to be in. But now I have some understanding about people that work in that field. And that's cool. It's like I scouted out a new situation and was like, nope, this isn't the position for me. But in the essence, why am I looking for a place out there for me when I have a place right here for me? It's ego deaths, but it's not. It feels kind of stupid that I have to go back and start back where you know what I mean? start reprogram myself. But that's what it is you get a little off track. You know, you put in these new habits. So that's it. I'm going to start a new gym habit. And you know what I mean? And so you start doing it and you start doing it, but then some days you might, you know, fall off, or then you might fall off for like a whole week. And that's called like backsliding, but you got to get back on. So ultimately what I'm looking at is I have backslid pretty hard here. And I can't hate myself because there was a lot of temptation and I got really caught up. And at least I caught myself before I ended up with a fucking job I hate, in a house I can't afford, living by myself, being, you know, still chasing a man I can't have. In the end of the day, there's nothing more important than my peace of mind. I work too hard to have a peace of mind. And it's not something I want to lose for a paycheck. It doesn't mean my children are going to be poor and go without shit. They don't go without anything. You guys have this extremely distorted fucking perception of what, you know what I mean, our financial status might look like to you. But if you're listening, we're not fucking hurting. Matter of fact, Diana asked to borrow money from me today. And I was in a position, as my daughter wants to go to the mall this weekend. It's like, I'm not dumb. And it's not like I have to live like this, but I've lived with less. And I still had plenty. And that's where it is. It's like you can have more and have more than enough, or you can have enough, or you can have not enough. It's just how it is. It's like, when is enough where you're comfortable? I don't believe peace of mind comes from money. I used to think it did, some kind of security, but it didn't make me feel safe because it never stayed there. Never stayed there. So, you know, just like the fluctuation of everything, this too shall pass. I wasn't in a poverty mindset when I was making these decisions. I was actually making them to, you know, big girl decisions. Are you ready for a job? You want a house? You want this? It wasn't like, I have to get a job. I need this in my life. If I don't get a house, you know what I mean? And this, that, and the other. It was more like, are you ready? No, I'm not ready yet. And that's almost, it could be embarrassing, but it's just actually just pure honesty. And that's where it is. I keep trying to be ready for a relationship. I keep trying to be ready for my future. But I'm not ready. And I get mad at myself for not being ready. Why don't I know this already? Why am I not better yet? Why am I not ready? As I said that, it's just like, it's a marination. It's like, you know, it gets better with time. I'm not running from, you know what I mean, my healing. I just want it to be able to be manageable. And it's not very manageable when I'm taking on other things outside of the world. And that's why God told me to put down the things of this world and just work on me, and He would take care of my outside world for me. And I have to trust that, dude. When the time is right, you know what I mean? We can move on to the right thing. He did make a promise, dude, that He's not breaking. I could break His promise if I wanted to, but His promise is good. And He said, at the beginning of this year, before I ever got here, as I was sitting there and I'm looking for some kind of stability, some kind of security, I need some rest. That's all I said to Him. I need some rest, bro. I need some rest. I said the same thing this summer before. I cried to Him, God, I just want my kids to have a good summer. Just please. I'll do whatever it takes, but just let them have a good summer. Let them enjoy themselves and, you know, be kids while I'm doing this. Whatever you want, just let them be kids. He gave them a great summer, and He fucked me up, bro. He gave them my school, dude. My biggest dream was my kids would go to the same school I went to. They did. And then halfway through the year, they ended up going to the same school their father went to. They got to see the difference in our lives. They got to see what life I had when I was their age, and they got to see what life their dad had when he was their age. They went to both of our schools for, you know, middle school. And that was cool. He showed them diversity. He showed them things, you know. And so He promised me in January, He's like, for the next school year, you're gonna stay still. You won't have to worry. They will stay still for the whole school year. I lost perspective of that promise. And I said in the beginning, when everybody started moving, I was like, fuck. When the school year started, I was like, this is where I'm at. I was a little bothered by it, and I took it for granted. But then I look at, Morgan, everything all the support she loses come tomorrow when she moves into her house. And that's because, she was ready, and God said she was ready to be out on her own. I'll be out on my own too and have to face all of that, dude. All that stress. I'm not ready for it right now. I got enough stress. Little things, dude. I'm working on the little things before I take on big-ass things like that. It's not that I can't. I had my first house when I was 15 years old. I wasn't emotionally ready for shit like that. Mentally, I can handle things, get through it. But it's just the emotional, you know what I mean? I wasn't... Who runs a house at 16 years old? Who gets married and has kids and does all that? This is not, you know what I mean? And that's why I'm stunted here, is because I had to grow up too fast. And those skills, yeah, they're in there. But right now I'm trying to really grow up in different ways. That's what's really important right now. And my priesthood, what I do, nobody else in the world does. I'm one of a kind. And the more I do it, the better it gets. And I like what I do. When I have nothing to do, I want to do this. When I have questions, I want to do this. When I have answers, I want to do this. This is what I want to do. When I went on my walk, saw this beautiful place, I took a picture of it in my community page. Those rocks are set up so you could cross the river, so you could cross it like that. All I could see was myself sitting there doing a ritual. This is a perfect place to do a ritual, to do a cleansing, to sit here and access the spirit guides, to be one with the earth. This is perfect place. You know what I mean? And that's it. Like my daughter, she's like, no way are you going to come out here and work out here. This is a perfect place. The birds, the sun, everything. People will be at work. I could be out here. Who will be out here? Old people walking the walk. I mean, this is great for me. I don't want to go to a gym. I don't want to fucking go to Planet fucking Fitness and shit. Do all this fucking 24-hour fitness and be around all these fitness freaks. I want the freedom to sweat freely without being seen or heard. To take breaks without being, you know what I mean? People watching me breathe. To get off of it and have a cigarette and get back on and not being judged. And I will point out, I definitely was having a cigarette and a joint walking my walk. That doesn't make me, I don't have to be athletic. I don't have to stop doing something to take care of my body. You don't have to give up something. You just have to incorporate some new shit. Well, sometimes you do, as far as the toxins you guys are putting. But I just want to point that out. It's like, dude, as soon as I, you know what I mean, stepped out, it's like, stop worrying about this and go out and do something, take care of yourself. And that's taking care of my fucking mental health, my emotional health, and my physical health. And that's what I really said. This whole week I was like, dude, I need to get out. I've been neglecting my body. Just sitting still with my emotions, like letting them knock me down. Now I can just walk them off. It's really not that far. It only takes like maybe a couple minutes to get there. And then once you're there, it's like there's plenty to do when you get there. And that's really what it is. It's like, just taking care of myself. So I came to that, and I don't know what your tower is going to be, but in essence, it's always leaving a fucked up relationship, a job, a way of life, a house, finances, security, comforts, living this comfortable way of thinking and living to go try something new, to go in blind faith and believe that you'll be taken care of if you do what's right for you. I've shown you. The more I take care of me, the easier my life is. It's serious. As I'm taking care of me, God's taking care of everything outside of me. You see it. I'm not doing shit, but taking care of me. And when I try to do more than that, I get really fucked off. I get really overwhelmed. I struggle at taking care of me when I'm taking care of other stuff. I'm a full-time job. That's why I'm single. There's a lot of love. It takes a lot of love for me. I've been deprived of love my whole life. I have to spend all the time I can loving myself for every bit that nobody ever did. I have to. I deserve it. If I don't give it to myself, then I'll never get it, bro. If I don't give myself time and energy, there's nobody on this fucking planet that's trying to give me no time and energy. If I don't give myself, you know what I mean, if I don't do all the things for myself, nobody's coming to save me, bro. Nobody's going to make me feel better about me but me. Nobody's going to listen to me but me. Nobody's going to understand me but me. Nobody's going to like me but me. And it starts with me. And as long as I feel all those good ways about me, then it doesn't hurt me how you don't feel about me. If you don't like me and you don't give me attention and you don't give me these things, I don't need it from you. I'm taking all the time to give it to myself. I'm not needy in that way. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like, what's so difficult about me? Loving me? It's hard for you to give someone love when you don't even know how to give it to yourself. And that's like, it's kind of creepy as I say that. It's like when I say I love you and I want to love you, I want to do for you what I do for myself. Give you time and energy. Listen to your feelings. You know what I mean? Have good foods with you. Go on walks with you. Take baths with you. Take spiritual retreats. You know what I mean? Dance under the moon with you. I want to do what makes me feel good with you. Under this false perception that this will make you feel good too. I don't know what makes you feel good. I want to share with the things that make me feel good with you. This is what makes me feel good. I think you'll like this. Maybe not. That's what that means about sharing your life with someone. Sharing your life with someone. Not expecting someone to give up their life for you. Sharing your experiences. Sharing everything. You know, you're sharing. Not giving, but sharing with them. And vice versa. So that's what I was looking at, and that's what I just wanted to come up. It's like I already did it, and I prayed to God that it would be, you know, that I could just, please, God, take it easy on me for this Friday. All I had to do was learn it. It's as hard as it takes me. It's as hard as you want this to be. Can you walk away? Yeah. And that's kind of like, as embarrassing as it is, it's just a child. It's like, didn't I tell you no? How many times do I got to tell you no? I told you no. And that's where you're like, you caught me. I'm doing it again. I told you not to do that. That's no good for you. Stop doing that. And that's where you have to, don't hate yourself, but have patience with yourself. You're changing yourself. And it's a hard change. It's hard to change your ways. And keep, you know, that's that discipline. Keep reinforcing this new structure on your life. Or just reinforcing breaking down structures, mostly. Don't try to fucking cup yourself. Just let yourself out of the cup. Mostly is what you want to do at first, is free yourself from the bondages. And that's what we do on Fridays and Wednesdays and shit. It's like we face a tower, something that's holding us back, and we free ourselves from it. But it takes actionable steps. You have to make a decision. It's like you're making a decision to not take that job. Yep. You're making a decision to just accept failure and stay on welfare. Yeah. Why did you choose that? Because as psycho as it sounds, it's keeping me peace. It's keeping my peace at this moment. I just am trying to keep my peace. And yeah, I got to take a huge pay cost, and it costs my pride and probably relationships because nobody wants to date a I'm at peace, and that's okay. And I don't feel like this, you know, my peace should be, you know what I mean, hold me back from, you know, love. I'm doing what's right for me, and that shouldn't make me unloving when all I'm trying to do is care for myself, take care of myself. And by taking care of myself, I take better care of the children. I just want to point out, my daughter was with me. She decided she had to be my guide. Oh, I went there on my bike. So she had to show me everything and take pictures, and we had fun, and she played around. And then, like, afterwards I went out to have a cigarette, and then my son came out. He's currently outside finally doing something. What's he doing? I don't know. He's outside. He can't get in no trouble in the parking lot. He's safe. There's cameras everywhere. There's security running around the building all the time, in a car and outside. I mean, inside. He's fine, but at least he stepped out. And that's it too. When I started something new, they started something new. And that's what's cool, is like, as a parent, you drag your kids through it. So my daughter, I was grateful that she came. But, you know, she didn't have to, and she could do that on her own, but that was nice. And then just like him, I'm grateful that you come outside. You're doing something you don't usually do, and that's because I set the, you know what I mean, I showed them something, and it's their choice, and that's what it is. It's like, you know, the cool thing about us is a lot of our adventures, we've done a lot of things we never did before as a family, and that's because God guided us into it. And my daughter's real smart and brave about it, so a lot of the things that I was unsure of, she knew how to make ropes, she knew how to do stuff. You know, she's real brave about certain things and shit that I wasn't. And then my son is real smart and intelligent. I saw it on the internet. You know, we work together as a team and stuff. We come up with ideas. Well, how are we going to do this? Well, let's put our great minds together, and we work as a family, and we, you know, problem solve as a family. I mean, they look at to me as, you know, your mom, and you're supposed to, you know, do all this. But at the same time, it's like, you know, we work together, like I said. You know what I mean? Like, just that. I decided we needed to start going out, so here we are. We're going out now. And that's good for what I'm doing to just be good for me. It's going to be good for the family. Because I went on the walk and I told my son all about it. He was like, I want to go. I was like, all right, tomorrow when you get off school. So now I have something to do with my son. He wants to go out and do stuff. And that's where it is like when you change things, it's for the better, not for the worst. And if they didn't, that's okay too. A lot of things I do to take care of myself, they don't want to be part of, and they don't have to. They're, you know what I mean? They're my kids, not my peasants. They don't have to do what makes me happy. You know what I mean? And vice versa. I tell them the same fucking thing. I don't want to do what makes you happy. I don't mind you doing the things that make you happy, but this don't make me happy. You know, stupid shit like watching fucking scary movies. My daughter wants to watch scary movies. I don't like that feeling. I know it makes you happy, but it don't make me happy. I don't want to watch this. That's just my testimony. Tomorrow I'll pull some cards to verify it, but God's asking you to make these type of choices all the time in your life, which is to choose you, to fight you to choose what's right for you. You're going to have to fight you because your mind thinks that you're doing the right thing, but your heart says this isn't right. So you're going to have to go against what's right to do what's right. And I promise you, once you do it, everybody's going to tell you that you're wrong. You're wrong to do the right thing by yourself. But if you don't do the right thing by you, then nobody is, I promise you, nobody is. If you don't show them how to care for you and how to treat you and how to, you know, who you are, then they're never going to know. And until you learn how to treat you, nobody's ever going to know, bro. Nobody knew how to talk to me, how to act with me, nothing. They thought they could act any kind of way because I allowed it. I wouldn't correct them. I wouldn't put up, or if I put up a boundary, I didn't stand behind it with consequences and discipline. You know what I mean? I was a bit of a doormat. And that's where it is like, you know, where was I in the decision making? You know what I mean? It was all about, you know, making you happy, but it didn't matter that I wasn't unhappy as long as you were happy. That's not what we're here to do. We don't give up our happiness for the happinesses of others. And when it comes to your children, you're not giving up your happinesses for your children. You might be giving up, you know, you might be downsizing, but it's not, because true happiness is when you're happy, your children are happy. It's not like, you know what I mean, I have to sacrifice myself for you to be happy. No, we don't do that around here. We don't do that. I might sacrifice, you know what I mean, my spending money so that you can have money because what your needs are more important than mine, stuff like that, but it's not about that. I'm not going to, you know what I mean? And I used to. And I learned that. It's like, you know, nobody's happiness is more important than my peace. Nobody's. Because if I'm not at peace, I assure you, nobody's happy. And that's the truth. You ever had a woman in your house like that? Oh shit. When she's on it, nobody can rest when she's on one. That's what I mean. We gotta keep the peace around here. Otherwise it's you know, Peace Corps around here. Otherwise it's a whole-on fucking chaos. Unnecessary chaos, bro. We invite it in. And we keep it in and we make it a nice little place in our life. And we try to move shit around in our life to keep this chaos going. This is fucking chaos. Mine was that simple, but it's not. It's the same battle, different level. Just when you think you've gotten over it, you realize you're doing the same shit you always do. Oh, fuck. Why? It's unconscious patterning. This is what you've always done. You don't even realize you're doing it until you try to stop doing it. Like, shit. Try to stop cursing. See how much you curse. It feels like you curse twice as much to stop than you ever did before that. I never even said it this much until I tried to stop saying this. Now it's just, I can't stop. And that's really what it is. When you try to change something, it's like it's twice as hard than even noticing it before. Like, you were never as hungry as you are on a diet. You never want to eat any of that shit until you're on a diet. You're like, damn. You're like, this is shit I never tried. Like, it's never. You're never searching for love as hard as when you fucking just got dumped. Stuff like that. So, sacrifices equal rewards, and the real reward is peace. Whatever it takes to find your peace again. For some people, there's a lot of memes about it. It's like, I want to run away to the woods with no internet. That's peace, bro, from real people. Other people, that would drive you fucking crazy. That's not what you consider as peace, of hiding in the, in the middle of nowhere and no connection to the world. That's not what you consider as peace. Those of us that are connected to all parts of the world, that's very peaceful. Some people, it's like, you can't wait to take a vacation to Las Vegas and get loud and drink and shit. Hey, to some of it, that's not very peaceful over here. That doesn't sound like peace. That sounds like fucking chaos. Everybody's a little bit different. What brings you peace? You're different. You have different needs than other people when you start identifying that you are different. And that's what I'm just going to start. I learned a lot this week. I learned about, acknowledging PTSD. Acknowledging, that there's an inner critic that comes in when I make decisions that I'm not too sure of, that wants to make me regret them. When I have to make hard decisions, there's an inner critic that, judges me by making any decision in my life. And then just that is, I have special needs. I went through a lifetime of trauma, and now I'm going through trauma healing, and I have special needs during this time. And that's okay. That should be an acceptable answer when I talk to people, And it goes back to that guy. I really like that moment. It's kind of cool. I saw the guy, so it kind of reminded me of the moment. It's like, do you want to have sex? It's like, oh, I really appreciate that, but no, I'm a high priestess. I'm a priestess, which is like a nun, and I have survived a lot of sexual trauma, so I don't have sex. And that's it. It was like, okay. It's not like I had to make up a lie and I had to, tell him some shit. The truth was enough. And it was understanding, and it wasn't hurtful. I didn't have to pretend like I had a boyfriend or that I'm a lesbian or something, or make up anything. I just had to tell the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. I don't have sex. I had trauma. I praise God I don't have sex. I'm sorry. Thank you, though. That made me feel really good that you offered. Thanks. That was nice. I thought it was nice. And it wasn't creepo. It wasn't like, Bobby playing all these games in my DM, acting like he don't want none. Shut up, bro. He asked me like a straight man, straight up to my face, nicely, calmly, no fucking bullshit. Do you want to have sex? Wow, nobody's ever asked me that before. That's cool. No, not because of you. That's my own problem. I bet you're great at it. Bet you're a great baby maker. I'm just not ready. Thank you. That's it. And that's what it goes to, you want to do something. I kind of have special needs. I'm not really good with crowds. I have, I'm kind of special. like slow bus? Well, no, but like definitely a short bus. That's funny. That's it. Like, fuck. You can hate me. I'm tired of hating me. I do sometimes, but I just gotta love myself through this fucked up life. The alternative is to be psycho, and not loving me, and not accepting love, and not healing anything, and not fixing anything, and just being like everybody else. Unhappy. No. I'm okay. Whatever it costs. Whatever it costs to keep me peaceful, bro. I worked hard to find a place of peace. And that's why I do what I do. That's why I work through those memories to get back to peace. That's why I work through these feelings. That's why I work through everything. Is to find peace. I don't want to bring in things that just disturb my peace. I don't need to disturb my peace for any reason, dude. You know? And going back to it, it's like, oh, what are you going to do about money? I don't know. I'll go shovel snow. That was peaceful to me. They kept putting me weirdos, but those guys liked me there, and I liked it. I'll have to get some new snow boots. And it was great for my body and my masculine. And I got to be outside. You're a weird chick. I am. God made me. I'm a whole weirdo. I have special needs, you know. Sometimes I just need to go play in the snow with the guys. Sometimes I just need to sit at home and cry. Sometimes I just, you know, I'm very unpredictable. And that's okay. I'm like the weather. She's like the wind. Thanks, Patrick Swayze. Did you know that Patrick Swayze sang that song? True story. Anyways, so yeah, tomorrow's towers are the same towers as every tower, and it's probably the same shit that you may have never let go of, or you're still trying to fight to let go of. Try harder. That's all I can say. For those of you that haven't tried, you should start trying, because I tell you, it takes a long time. At least try, damn it. It takes a long time to get this shit right. I assure you of that. But at least start the process of letting shit go. If you can't physically let go of relationships, then go clean your closet or something. You know what I mean? We're going into fucking fall. Go get rid of your summer clothes. Trust me, you'll be glad that I told you to do this come next summer. When you're like, summer comes and you're all excited because you're going to go buy yourself all new summer clothes. If not, you're going to be looking at your closet of, you're going to have to wear all old summer clothes. Trust me. The old, so there's room for the new. And in essence, you need to get rid of winter clothes. Or bring out last winter's clothes. That's what I'm doing. It's like, where are my fluffy boots? I need a new pair of flips. It's like, these are my flip-flops. I wear my boots with everything. The boots was made for walking. Really? Yeah, I love my boots. That's it. I'm not even, I mean, I could pull a card. I bet you it's the fucking tower. I bet you. I'll let the kids pull it. Why? So you can see that it's bullshit. Never mind. I saw a card. What card? The Dark Tarot. Where were we? I think we were at the Ace of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles, I think, is what's next. Yup. There's a dark card. Look at that thing. These, aren't they pretty? I know Wolfman wishes he had them. What happened to your erotic tarot? Oh, you couldn't incorporate a new way? Or they were just dumb. Two of Pentacles. It is difficult to serve two masters. I got real quiet on that, didn't I? You're going to serve me or you're going to serve yourself? Fuck. Thanks, God. That one, I felt that one in my back, bro. Whoosh. While the soul longs to dance, your feet are planted on the solid earth. Now is the time for balance, for choices, for move followed by counter move. Each thing you love gives you its blessing. By giving the proper attention, you maintain equilibrium. Keywords: economy of action and caution. You ever heard that as the Two of Pentacles? It's about balance, obviously. And that's it, balancing your work life with your personal life, with your family life, with life. In essence, you can't serve two masters. You're going to serve yourself or you're going to serve God. What does that mean? God lives within you. Are you going to start honoring God, what He asks of you, with you, and then start being that for other people? He asks you to be this for yourself first. To honor yourself in such ways. Treat others as you would treat yourself. Right? So He wants you to start loving yourself. And yet, I keep seeing Russ with these expenditures for his birthday. What are you going to do for your birthday this time, Russ? How big are you going to go this time for yourself? Hey, Wolfman let his whole ego out in that Sagittarius video. You could see why I can't stand to watch him. He lets it out every time he's talked about it. I need the ego, and the ego, and the ego. You can't even hide it. And then he was over there trying to blow kisses and talk about some shit. He's always so full of shit. I promise you. No other sign has to listen to his bullshit and that's where he's like, I need a Sagittarius. Yeah, I bet you do. I'm sure there's plenty of them that want to feed you grapes. You're such a douchebag. What a Hades. You think you're going to get another Persephone. You're going to get something. It's not going to be me, though. Economy of action and caution. Choices. This is what we pulled earlier. Balancing it out, bro. And that's really balancing your love for yourself and all the love you give to the world. I saw Marshall, you know, him going to the games. He's doing that because he loves himself. He's not doing that for the fans. And it takes a lot of